Oh, keep saying I'm going live, but I don't know if I'm live yet. I'm live. Sorry for my 1 week hiatus. I thought staying away would give the Bills, you know, a little bit better luck. No Josh Allen. Can't watch him. Can't watch Josh Allen. So today we get the theme of the week at quarterback. Derek Anderson, who, let's be honest, you know, come in on a whim and played pretty much like a guy who'd been off the street. 5 turnovers. Well, 4 turnovers. Charles Clay, they could cut him tomorrow. Kelvin Benjamin, you could trade him right now. McCoy gets hurt early. I mean, this team just continues to find, this organization continues to find new ways. Like, they are on the cutting edge. Remember that cutting edge? I know Russ Brandon's not with the Bills anymore, but remember that cutting edge analytics department? The Bills find cutting edge ways to set offensive football back fucking millenniums, not decades, millenniums. And football isn't even 100 years old till next year. It is like, you watch this, and we've been watching this type of football forever, where you have to run, and play keep away because your quarterback is so inept that you can't give the other team the ball in offense because you're going to get run out of the fucking building. And you got to force a bunch of turnovers. You got to play great special teams. You've got to do all this good stuff. And I know it's a team game, and I'm all for the team game, but I'm also for entertainment, because that's why I watch football. That's why we watch football, to be entertained. And I swear, more times than not, we come away feeling so empty. What did we just do with the 4 hours of our lives on these Sundays? How many hours have I allocated to some of the most boring, miserable football that could ever be bestowed upon a fan base? It is wretched to watch. I don't know how I'm coming through, guys. If the video quality sucks, let me know and I'll just reboot the room. But I cursed the fucking shitload on IG halftime, and I'm trying to, like, I understand if you want to draft a young quarterback, you draft a young quarterback. But what happens in the fuck up is that the Nathan Peterman presence on this roster is an albatross, and I'm going to tell you why. Because as long as he was on the roster, it was McDermott was found a way to get him on the field. He won. What did it all mean? Preseason performance meant nothing. It meant zilch, zero. You played pitch and catch on vanilla defenses. Oh my God. The only time Kelvin Benjamin showed a pulse all year was in the first preseason game against Carolina, and that was it. Right? The offense has been existent for 2 quarters this whole season. First half against Minnesota. Thank God it was Josh Allen. And you know what? Josh Allen doesn't throw a lot of touchdown passes, but he does 2 things so far in his early career. He doesn't turn the fucking ball over a mile a minute, and he can move, which has kept a lot of plays, a lot of drives going. So, yeah. And he doesn't turn the ball over, unlike some fucking other quarterbacks we have on our roster. God knows how many turnovers do Anderson and Peterman have between them now? Like, my God, it's crazy. Andrew Luck, he's the first overall pick. 4 touchdown passes, 3 in the first half. And the Bills have 3 touchdown passes all year. 3 touchdown passes all year. That's an organization thing, dude. I'll give that to the organization. You know, and you know what? I'm glad today happened because you know what? If they would have won a game, this is what I call false hope games. They win a game against Tennessee, that's a false hope game. That's a false hope game. Yeah, they struggled. They couldn't score, but boy, they won with grit and determination, 13-10. And you don't win 13. They could have won last week. The same manner. And it's a false hope game. There's 2 things. And again, they're going to come out and say it, just so you know. They're only a year and a half, barely a year and a half into this thing, which is true. In any rebuild the Bills have ever done, sans the first one under Donahoe, and I think that only happened one time where they drafted in the top 10. The Bills, in this whole run of garbage football in the last 20-plus years, have only drafted in the top 10 twice. 3rd overall, both times. It's fine if your defense has a bad day, but you have an offense that gives you nothing. The offense is lifeless. It's anemic. It has nothing. I'm sick of watching that. I am sick of it. I'm sick of watching offense that just – the only thing it succeeds in is boredom. That's what it succeeds in. That's what its identity is, boredom. If you want to be bored out of your mind, watch the Bills' offense. Watch the Bills' offense. If you want to be completely numb, watch the Bills' offense. There is just nothing, and there's been nothing forever. No, it didn't, Corey. Stop bringing up the past, dude. I don't care about the past. The past isn't present here. Because, you know what? Those teams are garbage. I don't want to hear about how 6 and 10 teams were garbage. Dude, I'm not going to have the conversation between Anderson and Peterman. That's a how pathetic of a conversation is that? Anderson or Peterman? That fucking conversation, my head will explode. If you want to see me literally pop, combust on here, let's have that one. That is a terrible fucking idea to even have. They have a great quarterback. If a great quarterback can stress your defense, guess what? You're going to give up fucking yards because they were all revved up to rush the passer. There came the running lanes. They were just wide open. A few times, Luck beat him with his mobility. We forget Andrew Luck is very mobile, and they score. That's something they've done is they've scored. They've lost in games, but they've scored because their defense gives up a shit ton of yards. And the Bills' defense, you know, they got work today, but their offense did them no favors. When the offense hands the opposing team back the ball 5 times, what are you supposed to do? That's it. That's it. You have nothing. You want to fuck a team over, you can do it. Have your offense be shit, and then the unit is stressed every week to pitch a fucking great performance. I'm not going to get on the defense. The defense has done everything they can. And in this day and age in the NFL, you're going to run up against offenses who are going to have the prescription for the affliction. And your offense better show up in some requisite manner. And the Bills' offense for two and a half decades has been missing in action. It doesn't exist. As a Bills fan, I've seen one 4,000-yard passing season. It was an 8-8 season. And it was fun to watch the first, few weeks. But I don't have fun because passing yards, the league is designed. No, the coaching staff is at fault. The coaching staff's at fault. The entire offensive staff's at fault. And let's just, you know, I know a lot of you are younger Bills fans and have never seen the Bills be good. And I'm not going to talk about the past, about when they were good, because I think the organization's done that far too much. They pimped into their past and sold you all that bullshit. But if you're the Bills, and Sean McDermott's going to be the coach of the Bills in 2019, just get your heads around that. And that's okay. I don't care. I just think they did the rebuild's been done in reverse. This year, it was supposed to be last year. So you can't pick and choose when you suck. And this is the year that they're sucking. You know, this is the year that they're sucking. You can't pick and choose when you're bad. You can try to finagle it and tank it, so-called, but you can't pick and choose when you're bad, because the Bills pretty much did everything in their power to try and tank last year, and they still couldn't do it. They still couldn't do it. This year, it's, you know what? No false hope. If you're going to be bad, be bad. Go right to the top of the draft. I don't want to say they botched it yet, Eric, because the guy, if we're watching Josh Allen today and they lost, I'm fine. Whatever I would have got to see from him, I don't think it would have been as bad as what Anderson put out there, but we would got to have seen him, so we would be eased a little bit. But to see that from a guy like a Derek Anderson, it's nothing. It gives you nothing. Derek Anderson doesn't have a future in Buffalo. He's just a guy that they signed to do a job. They signed him to do a job. That's it. He's not the Nathan Peterman. Cut him tomorrow. Cut him tomorrow. Sign Landry Jones. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody. Nobody in the league bats an eyelash, because that guy is the butt of a joke. And Dak Prescott's going into the blue tent. What they botched, and this is what I mean, they botched the quarterback position from this perspective. I'm all for drafting the young quarterback, and whatever your plan is, develop him, sit him, play him, whatever. Stick to it. Right now, they can't play him. He's injured. Thankfully, it's only for a couple of weeks. Thankfully. What they botched was the other two spots. A love affair with Peterman. That's a red flag, and that's a mark against McDermott's name. So he's on the shit list already with that, and that's a big one. Because what do you owe Nathan fucking Peterman? I don't care how he works in the building. I don't care what he does to prepare. I don't care how great he looks in practice. The guy fucking sucks, okay? He is terrible. He is the worst quarterback I've ever seen put on a Bills uniform. The guy throws one good pass for every 10. And within those 10 passes, statistically, you're going to get an interception. And for a guy who hasn't even thrown, he hasn't even thrown 100 passes, he's got 9 picks. Can't put him on the field. You have an unplayable guy on your roster. On your 46th game day, he is unplayable. It's embarrassing. 1. 2, okay, the skill positions have not been evaluated correctly. Kelvin Benjamin is a complete wash. He offers you nothing. Nothing. Charles Clay, not their guy. Cut him now. Get him off the team now. Does nothing. Will never do nothing. Has never done nothing. He's done nothing but be an albatross on the salary cap. And I'm going to celebrate the day he is released. And I can't believe I was happy about them getting him. LaShawn McCoy goes down early. He's an older back. Get him out of here for a 3rd or 4th. Don't get greedy. Just get him off the roster. There's no need to waste his time. Let him go back to Philly and win something. Kelvin Benjamin. Dallas, you want him? Give us a 5th, a 4th, whatever. Take him. Have him. Be real. I want the Bills for once to be real about who they are. Don't lie. Don't lie to the fans. Be real. We're not a good football team. We're building. We're growing. Then do that. Don't try to do both. You can't do both. You can't sell it anymore. The offense is too bad. The offense is not good. The team as a whole is not good enough. The defense had a rough day. Okay. I can live with a rough day from a defense, right? But when they know that the offense is going to give them nothing in the way of support, it's demoralizing. You can't hold every team to 10, 13, 14. You can't do it. You can't do it. And it's not like the Bills have a glut of perennial Pro Bowl players on their defensive team. They got a couple of high draft picks, White and Edmonds. They've got a couple of real hardworking, stalwart veterans in Williams and Lorenzo. You know, Hughes is 30, but still plays very, very well. Is a very good player. Hyde and Poyer are solid, but still, you need to be able to help that team out. You got to, 1 week of the year, we got you. We're going to score a shit ton of points. So don't worry about shutting everybody down, guys. I don't know. Is the chat still going? Yeah, it is, apparently. Thank God. Sorry, guys. I didn't know if the chat was still going. Is it still going, or is it frozen? If the chat's frozen, I'm just going to restart the room, guys, because it doesn't look like the chat is going. It looks like I'm just rumbling. I want you guys to be able to interact with me too, so I'm just going to reboot the room, or maybe I'll just sit here and run. I don't know. We should get a medal for having to watch such bad offensive football. Seriously, because it is that bad. How do you? And you're in this conundrum of how do you judge Daboll? There's nobody on offense. How do you judge the quarterbacks? There's no help on offense. It's just like, which is it? Is it the chicken or the egg? Is it the chicken or the egg? You just don't know. Yeah, guys, the room it looks like it's frozen. I'm just going to restart it, okay? I'm sorry. I don't mean to waste everybody's time. I want you guys to be able to get your say too, So I'm gonna jump back on here in a quick second. All right, guys?